they wouldn't let us vote. And
Right.
so the civil rights people would come to down there trying to get all the people registered to vote. So that's how they just even came down there. But anyway, they had to go from town to town. And so they would just get involved with whoever would let them, if they come to your house and talk to you, and then that's how you kind of meet them, and then they'll go to the next house or whatever. So they were going from town to town and house to house, really. And so that's kind of how I got into it, is because they would come around and I would be talking to them and stuff. And then a few times when Grandma had food, she fed them.
Oh, okay.
And so they had to, whoever would feed them or give them food or whatever, they would come back. And so you got a chance to talk to them. And also that place over there across the railroad tracks, we used to go there to dance. I can't remember what it was called or anything, but it was just an open place over there. They would come over there and meet, and I would go over there. And that's how Miss Fannie Lou Hamer and a lot of them would meet there. And nobody knew that we were meeting there because they thought it was like we were teenagers dancing and
okay.
got to know Miss Fannie Lou Hamer and stuff. She came down at one time and spoke at one of those meetings.
And who is Fannie Lou?
Oh, well, see, she was from Ruval, but she got really involved in it. She went all the way to Washington and went before Congress and everything. She was one of the delegates for Mississippi. If you ever go back and see like old pictures of some of the civil rights, they usually show her.
Okay.
But she was real. She's on her tombstone. She's got that saying, "I'm tired of being sick and tired of her." But that's how I got to know her, and just a few of the civil rights. I didn't know a lot of them or something, but I would just sneak around and be around them and try to do whatever I could. They asked me to do. Other than that, I didn't really get too deep in it, I was a kid. I mean, I really was a kid, so.
So you actually got to talk to Miss Fannie Lou and... Okay.
She came to speak, like I said, they would have those meetings at that place, and we would all meet there. And they would be talking about what was going on and what to do, and how people were not still scared to vote and all that stuff during the... they were still scared to come out and vote, and they had to still keep trying because people just, there was a way of life, or scared to go do anything.
Folks started registering to vote.
Yeah, did actually start registering to vote. Sure did. Some people started standing, and they would get beaten and fired and everything else.
In Moorhead?
Yes. I don't remember all the people and stuff, but I do remember some of them. I remember this one incident where this man, I don't know, I guess he was coming through Moorhead, and he didn't live in Moorhead. And I was just having to be downtown at the time. And for some reason or another, him and the police had a confrontation. And they started just beating him. And all black people started coming to see what was going on. Then all the black people started screaming and hollering and, stop, leave them alone. That's not right, that's not right. And somehow word got to some of the civil rights group. They came, they put the man in jail, they had beat him bloody. They put him in jail, but when the civil rights workers all came and stuff, they had lawyers, see. They got their lawyers and stuff because they probably would have killed that man. Anyway, they worked on getting him out of jail, and I happened to just see that incident myself. Otherwise, I guess I wouldn't have seen some of the brutality that was going on, but that was one first-hand thing I did see. And I did see a result of the civil rights workers working to get him out of jail.
And what about maybe drinking out of the water fountain and all that stuff? Did they start doing that, or?
Well, when I left, it was still like as segregated as it could still be.
And what year did you leave?
In 1964, right after I got out of high school, because I went to Chicago to work to try to make enough money to go to college. And that was in 1964. I graduated and I left and went straight up there. And they were still segregated. And even when my grandmother got sick and I had to come back home, and about 3 months after that, I came back home. She was in the hospital there in Indianola. And I remember this friend of mine, and he came to the hospital because the guy I was dating. He came to the hospital over there to talk to me. And we were walking down the street in Indianola, and they were having some kind of little social or something, the white kids were. And so he dared me to walk up to the door where they were. And me and my big bad self, I was going to do it. So I started walking up to the door. So these white guys, these white boys saw us. And they all started coming together, getting together and saying, hey, these niggas coming up here. So they all ran out and they all started coming out toward us. So then we turned around and went and walked down the street. And there was no incident or anything, but I just remember that since that was after I had left and graduated. It was still segregated when I left. So that didn't change until in the late 60s, at least.
Yeah.
They say it's segregated because, I mean, they say it's integrated. I don't mean segregated, it's integrated. But still, the schools are basically all black and all white. All blacks still go to the same school, and all whites still going to private schools, so they don't have to go to public schools. They came up with all these private schools.
Yeah.
So it's still integration going on, I mean segregation going on.
What did they accomplish in Moorhead, the Freedom Riders, when they were there? What accomplishments did they actually carry out during that time?
Well, to me, the thing that helped me was that there were people that were standing up for us to make us want to stand up for ourselves. You know, they were giving us the courage to say, you know, I'm tired of this and I want a better life. I want things to change, and I want this or that. And they were showing us that we could do it if we just went, banded together and try to do it. And when those 3 civil rights workers got killed down there in Rural, that ain't too far from Moorhead, that really brought national attention down there. And that's when the whole nation stood up and say, this is really what's going on down there, and it needs to be a stop put to it. And if it hadn't been for civil rights workers, it never would have come to light. Yeah. Or it would have continued to be the way it was for more years than what it was.
Yeah.
So they really kind of made, put Mississippi on the map by coming down there in busloads and trying to get everybody to, have the courage to stand up.